Okay, ladies and gentlemen, a 1974 Raleigh Chopper Mark II, owned by the same lady since it was new. She has now moved to America and she was going to take it with her, but she saw the costs and she decided to put it in the auction.
Ah, the Raleigh Chopper. It's more than just a bike, it's a cultural icon, a symbol of the 1970s that fused style, rebellion and innovation into one unforgettable and often painful ride, as I can tell you from personal experience. Whether you grew up with a classic infrared one like me, always wanted one or have just discovered its retro appeal, the Raleigh Chopper has etched its place into the hearts of cyclists and collectors alike. But why has this happened? What is it about this quirky banana-seated bike that makes it a cult classic, especially in the world of vintage bicycles in the UK? To answer that question, let's rewind to the late 1960s. British streets were dominated by practical, straightforward bikes designed to get you from point A to point B, no frills attached. And then Raleigh, a company based in Nottingham, UK, dropped the design bombshell. The Chopper was launched in 1969 and it was unlike anything else out there. It literally blew the minds of kids and was top of the Christmas present wish list overnight. Inspired by the American Chopper motorcycles, it sported high-rise handlebars, a unique long padded seat and that oh so daring central gear shifter. Ouch! It was an instant hit with kids, and for good reason. It wasn't just a bike, it was the original cool. The Raleigh Chopper Mark I, launched in 1969, was pure, unrefined genius. It certainly had a sleek silhouette, but it did have one major flaw. Its iconic gear lever was, and how do I put this politely, risky to say the least. Sitting proudly between your legs, it was both a standout feature and, unfortunately, and trust me on this one, a source of many painful incidents when you braked sharply and slid forward off the seat. Luckily, it didn't affect me though.
Or at least I don't think it did.
Fast forward a couple of years to 1972 and we get the Mark II, which is the bike we have in the auction. Raleigh had made some crucial adjustments, so here's a few examples of what to look for. First up, Raleigh listened to the cries of parents and bruised youngsters and lowered the gear shifter to a safer height compared to the Mark I shifter, which was taller and frankly more dangerous than the Mark II's lowered, more practical and much safer version. Also, take a look at the seat and backrest. The Mark I had a longer, flatter seat with more space, which contributed to its distinctive look. However, the Mark II, introduced in 1972, had a shorter seat to accommodate safety improvements such as a longer frame and a relocated gear shifter. The Mark II's shorter seat was part of the design changes aimed at making the bike safer and more comfortable for younger riders. As a design feature and to give the Chopper a distinctive and radical look, the front and rear wheels were different diameters. The rear wheel on our Mark II is 20 inches while the front wheel is 16 inches. Perfect for aspiring Evel Knievels when they attempted those daring but dangerous wheelies. And it looked a lot cooler. The Mark I also had a straight rear stay compared to the Mark II, which you can see here has a distinctive bend in the frame. And finally, if you want to be absolutely sure of the age of your Raleigh Chopper, you can check the date your bike was actually made by inspecting the rear hub for a number. You will see the date it was made stamped on the hub. For example, if it was made in March 1979, it will be stamped 79 followed by the number 3, as you can see in this example, which by the way is not our Chopper in the auction. Of course, you have to assume the wheel hasn't been replaced at some point with one from a random year. In addition to the condition, version and date of your Raleigh Chopper, frame colour also plays a massive role in the Chopper's value. The classic infrared was the most iconic, but if you can find one in yellow, purple or even apple green, you're sitting on a small goldmine, as those rare colours can push prices up by hundreds of pounds. So what will our fizzy yellow Chopper achieve in the auction? Let's find out.
I'm going to go straight in at £300 and I'm going up in 20s. 300, 320 on the ball, 320, 320, 340, 360, do you want, sir? No? 360, 380, 380, 400, 420, 440, 460, 480, 520, yep, 540, 560, 580, 600, 620, 640, 660. I'll do 650 if it helps. No? 640 I've got. Make no mistake. Where are we? 650. I'll go up in tens now, to be fair to you and you. 660, 670, 680, 690. Yeah. 700. I'm going back in 20s again. 720, 740, 760. No? 740 I've got. Any more, I'm going to sell at £740. Thank you all very, very much.
So there you go. Our Raleigh Chopper sold for a final hammer price of £815, including auction fees and commission. There's no doubt that in the current market, well-preserved early Mark IIs in a rare colour like fizzy yellow or purple sell for in excess of £750, sometimes up to £1,500 for pristine examples in original condition. So, the lucky bidder who won this Mark II example got a good buy, and I'm sure the seller will have been pleased with the quick sale and the cash in their hand before they fly off to America. There's no doubt these bikes are now vintage gold, and while they're in vogue, their value will keep climbing year after year. Having owned one myself during the 1970s, I can fully appreciate why they have acquired cult status and why grown adults chase these bicycles like lost childhood dreams. I only wish I'd kept mine safely stashed in the garage. The Raleigh Chopper didn't just represent a mode of transport. It was a symbol of freedom, adventure, and let's be honest, a little bit of danger. It was the childhood statement of the age. Whether you're a collector or just a fan of 70s nostalgia, the Chopper is a time capsule on two wheels, transporting you straight back to an era when riding wasn't just about getting somewhere, it was about looking cool while doing it. So if you're lucky enough to come across one of these beauties for sale or at auction, saddle up, because whether you're cruising down memory lane or showcasing it in your collection, the Raleigh Chopper is more than just a bike. It's an icon. And its future as a legendary bike? Well, that's still pedalling forward, albeit with the occasional painful mishap.